Finally, Raiders versus Bengals AFC Wildcard preview. Let's go. Stay tuned after the intro.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.
This is Raiders Allegiance with Lunatic Raider. Welcome to the dark side.
What is the deal, Raider Nation? Welcome to another episode of Raiders Allegiance with yours truly, Lunatic Raider. Today, you already know, we're about to dive into this little playoff matchup between our Las Vegas Raiders and them Cincinnati Bengals. And man, winner goes on, loser stays home. So let's get into the depth of this little breakdown of this preview and see what we have to do to obtain this victory and move on to the next round of the playoffs. Now, we know about how we've been having to win these last 4 games just to keep our season alive. And with this last game last week against the Chargers, we fought, we scratched, and we pulled it out, and we got the victory to go ahead and move forward into the playoffs this year. And our first opponent on the list is Cincinnati in Cincinnati. We faced them back in week 11. It was pretty much a close game until we got into the fourth quarter, had a turnover that led to a touchdown, and then the margin of victory expanded just, you know what I mean, just in a short instance. So, but it was a game for 3 quarters, or actually more than 3 quarters, because I think it was, what, 5 minutes left into the fourth quarter when the turnover and stuff happened. But anyway, that was then. This is now. This is a different Raider team with a different mindset that's been going through these last 4 weeks as if it was their playoffs. When, to be honest, it was. Because if the Raiders were to lose any one of these last 4 games, we would not be here this weekend looking for our team to play their first playoff game since 2016. So, I'm going to say that alone is giving... Okay, here's everything that's going to work in our favor. The fact that we went through 4 weeks, every game counts like a playoff game, because if you lose, you were done. So, now they have that playoff mentality. That's the same mentality you got to have when you go through the playoffs. You cannot lose or it's over. And that's what they already instilled in themselves, is a playoff mentality. Now, with that, you also combine the fact that they're on a 4-game win streak. They're the hottest team in the NFL right now. So that adds into the fact that they already have the playoff mentality. Then to throw in the mix, in my eyes, the Raiders seem to play better on the road than they do at home. Now, I know it's home, and that's their home field, but this season, they were going into Pittsburgh winning, going into Cleveland winning. They were pulling off victories against potential playoff teams, you know. But on the road, it seems that they do better. And then to add on to it, it's a short week, and the Raiders have been doing good in games that come in a short week. We played Sunday night. Now we're playing, well, our time, Saturday afternoon. So, not only are we on a 4-game win streak, not only have we been on not only have we instilled a playoff mentality, win and continue to win to keep going for the last 4 weeks, not only are we good on the road, and not only, you know what I mean, are we good in short week games. And all this is in this one game. So I'm looking for an advantage that we can take in that situation that can help us in getting this victory. I know we can play against Cincinnati. The only thing that I'm going to sit here and wonder about and question is the weather. They're saying it could be snow. I know the temperature, not the nighttime temperature, daytime temperature was about like 38, 37 degrees in Cincinnati. But here in Vegas, that was our low in the evening these last couple of days. If I was the Raiders, I would have been holding practice early in the morning in 38-degree weather, just to get them ready because we're not playing at night in Cincinnati, so their daytime temperature is probably going to be mid-high 30s, and that's what our lows in Vegas right now is. So I would have gave them that advantage of, like, we're getting up 6 in the morning, we're hitting the field, we're practicing early. Plus, that also gets you a little bit adapt to the fact that it's going to be a 3-hour time difference, you know what I mean, with playing in Ohio compared to in Las Vegas. So that also would have helped. That's what I would have done. I don't know if they did that or not, or if they thought about doing it, but that's what I would assume I would have done to try to get any kind of advantage you can get, because like I said, it's one and done now. We in the playoffs, you know. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this game. Man, I was so juiced last week when we played the Chargers, man, hollering and, man, on the edge of my seat. But I think that the Raiders are overdue to have a game where everything is working in order. Everything is, I don't want, or do I assume that it will happen, that it comes down to a field goal with no time left or a field goal in overtime. I don't want that. And the thing that's going to prevent that from happening is, once the Raiders get in the red zone, and I keep saying this, you have to execute and get touchdowns. You cannot rely on field goals. Threes are not going, especially against a Cincinnati team that for the past 2-3 weeks been high powered. You know what I mean? The quarterback has been killing them. Almost 1,000 yards passing in the last 2 games, no interceptions, and I forgot how many touchdowns, but he's double digits, you know what I mean, with no interceptions. But when he played us, those stats was like bottom of the basement. He only had like 100 and something yards passing. The person that killed us against Cincinnati was Mixon. We let him just run loose. But I seen these past 4 weeks, our defense is better against the run now. I'm noticing we're shutting down good running teams and making them one-dimensional. And we're not going to give up big plays the way we play our defense. You know what I mean? Gus Bradley's defense is bend, don't break. You know what I mean? So they're not gonna let you get a big play on them. You might be able to get all the underneath stuff, but you're not going to get that big play. And see, that's what Cincinnati's been doing these last couple of weeks, is the big play. And we don't let that happen. We eliminate that. So that's going to keep them from putting so much scores up, or putting so many points up. And they might go in on a cold day. I can see a lot of running. So Mixon's going to be in the fold, but all our defensive line got to do is attack at the point. Once the running back touches the ball, get in the backfield before he can get going. They've been doing this good. They did damn good against these last teams we played, shutting down the run. I expect them to do the same. Now, I know Phylon, we lost for the rest of the season, but we still have Jefferson. I would put Cleveland Farrell at DT a lot this game too, though, because his prowess in against a run is better than, to me, his pass rushing. So I would move him on the inside because he's a little more quicker at the defensive tackle than he is at the defensive end. Just weight-wise. You know, defensive end, he's not as fast as a Crosby or Ngakwe and Dokwe, but he's bigger. You know what I mean? So I would use Farrell more at DT with Phylon gone, Jefferson. You already know the whole cast just by committee. Defensive tackle, and let our ends do their thing. I would also look into having Perryman go ahead and be a focal point against the run also, because whatever the front four misses, he can be the cleanup. Plain and simple. They do have good receivers chasing them, and secondary just gotta be disciplined. Don't bite on double moves. Play discipline, no holding, get rid of the penalties, stay within the game, and stay within what you're supposed to be doing. Just stay attached to the hip of the receivers. Make any catches that's coming or passes coming to them, make it a difficult catch for them. Always battle for that ball. Make it a hard day for Burrow and them to come out there and do what they think they're gonna do, but this is a whole different aspect. This is our defensive side that I'm talking about. Now, as far as our offensive go, we already know. We already know what to do. It's all about time of possession. And in a cold weather game, and Also, regardless of the weather, time of possession comes down to your run game. Our offensive line has been opening up good holes for Jacobs. Jacobs has been killing it the last 3 weeks. So I'm seeing the maturity and the continuity between the offensive line and our run game. And it's showing real big now. So we just got to keep that going and make sure that we stay focused. Turnovers get eliminated. Carr does not have to force big plays. That's not what you have to do. You just have to get your targets the ball and let them make the big play. I keep saying this week after week, but it is what it is. Always think to keep the ball in the hands of your targets, whether it's Renfro. We got Waller back now. Waller looked a little bit rusty last week, but I think him going through those snaps that he did have is going to help shake it off. And hopefully this week of practice was a beautiful week of practice for him, and he can just get back into the offense where he was. Now, I would also think about going to Deshaun Jackson a little more also. We need to go ahead and stretch their defense, because if we can use Deshaun, even if it's a decoy, take the top off the defense, open up the middle, let Renfro and Waller kill them all day long. Kill them. Make it to the point where they can't stack the box against Josh Jacobs also, because the way Jacobs been running, I think, hey, teams is going to be like, man, we got to put an extra body or two in the damn box to stop their run. If you do that, then we kill them in the air. We kill them with, you ain't going to double Renfro, you ain't going to double Waller, you ain't going to have to leave Deshaun Jackson alone, not with his capabilities of going deep and getting that big ball. So, damned if you do, damned if you don't for Cincinnati's defense, if you play it right. Play calling has to be on point, but the number one key, and I'm gonna stress this again, red zone efficiency. We must produce touchdowns in the red zone. These field goals ain't good. We've been lucking out and pulling out games with field goals, but just imagine if we replaced all those field goals with touchdowns. We would never been in that predicament as far as overtime or kicking the last field goal in regulation to win a game, where it could go either way. Touchdowns. So we already know all that. So let's go ahead and go over here and check out the injury report, and then we can check and see what players are going to be.
And after that, click on
what players is going to be active, whether they're doubtful or questionable. So yeah, let's go over here and check out the injury report now for this Saturday's Wildcard game against the Bengals. Alright, as you can see, we got the injury report here. This is from today, Thursday, which is the last day of practice. The only person that I see on the Raiders with any kind of sort of concern, which is not really a concern to me, is Jonathan Hankins. He was limited, but he's labeled as questionable for Saturday, which to me means he will be available and he will suit up and he will play. But as you can see, everybody else that had any like nicks and bumps, only a couple of people were limited. But being limited doesn't really mean much. It's just like giving them an extra day to heal up. Like Casey Hayward and Josh Jacobs. Who else we got on the limited list? Of course, Darren Waller, Quentin Jefferson, and Kendall Vickers. So they're limited, but as you can see, they're gonna play. Plain and simple, they're gonna play. As far as Cincinnati goes, Cincinnati has one player that I think will not be making the field this Saturday, which is Josh Tupou, the defensive tackle, due to a knee. He didn't participate in any of the practices, so he's doubtful. And usually when you're doubtful, unless some kind of miracle bounce back happens, you're not going to play. They had a couple of questionables as well with wide receiver Morgan with a hamstring. But like I tell you, with questionables, most likely they're going to suit up and play. Cornerback Jalen Davis, ankle. He's considered to be questionable. But once again, if it ain't doubtful and if it ain't out, you're going to be in the game. So pretty much everybody is ready. We ready for this game. So that's as far as the injury report goes with all the players that's going to be playing, who looks like they might be playing, might not be playing. But all in all, it looks like we're going to have a solid roster on both sides, with Cincinnati and Vegas looking pretty much healthy. I haven't had any word on any COVID situation, so hopefully, fingers crossed, that does not become an issue with only 2 days left until the game. So I'll keep tabs on that, and anything comes up, I'll do a quick update when I do a pregame show on Saturday. But don't forget to tune in Saturday. I'm doing a live reaction show here on Raiders Allegiance YouTube channel, and the game will be live. I have the game cast up. You'll be able to see real time play calling and outcomes and situations. So go ahead and come on back after you hit that subscribe and that like and that bell. Come on back, man. We getting into this. Hey, this is our first playoff game in a few years, man. We gotta really get into this. So yeah, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and go to the next segment. I call it 3 the hard way, where I choose 3 players from either offense or defensive side of the ball that I need to step up, have big games for the Raiders to go ahead and pull off this victory in this wild card matchup against the Bengals. All right, you guys, here we go with 3 the hard way. The 3 players that I'm putting in, which a couple of weeks ago I said the same 3 with the Colts, and that's exactly what we needed, and that's what happened. Derek Carr, Max Crosby, Josh Jacobs. That's my 3 the hard way that I need to step up and have big games. We already know with Derek Carr what we need him to do. We need him to go ahead and play within himself, within his game, and go through his reads, protect the ball. Protect the ball by all means. Do not force the big play. Let your targets make the big play for you. You give them the ball and you let them do their thing. That's all you got to do, is make sure you get them the ball. All in all, just turnovers with Carr. Just limit the turnovers, eliminate them, you know, if anything. But just keep, like I said, just take care of the ball. Do what we know what Derek Carr can do. I don't care about the yays and the nays against what Carr is, and that's our quarterback. If we're gonna win a Super Bowl, you gotta have him playing good, plain and simple. And to me, he's clutch. I can see now why he mimics and holds in high regard the Mamba mentality to the late great Kobe Bryant, because Kobe was like the kind of player where even if he missed shots, he took shots. But damn it, you didn't want the ball in his hand the end of the game to win it, because he was clutch. And to me, in football, how clutch is Carr? Carr might not have a great 3 quarters, but when it comes down to it and we're still in the game, you give that guy the ball. You give Carr the ball and let him do his thing, because that's what he's been doing, plain and simple. If you say Carr ain't clutch, you either dumb, stupid, or just ignorant to the fact that this dude is good. I'm not calling him elite, but I'm going to tell you what, whatever happens this season, in order for the Raiders to keep going, Carr has to keep going. And if we want to win a Super Bowl, it comes down to Carr. Carr has to bring us this Super Bowl. So, love him or hate him, that's our dude, and we got to ride with him until the wheels fall off. So that's my first choice in 3 the hard way. My second choice, you already know, come on now, Mad Max Crosby. The dude is a beast, plain and simple. He's a beast. Nobody can mess with Crosby coming off the edge. He's killing them all. He's bullying them. He's bending underneath them. He's swimming over them. The dude is and his motor does not stop. So it's like, if you want to double Max, then we're going to the other defensive end with Ngakoue, and then you're going to have to deal with him one-on-one. So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. We need Max Crosby to have the game he's been having these past few weeks. Make the quarterback's life miserable. Put him on his ass, strip the ball from him, get in his face, make it so he can't step into his throws. Max Crosby, dude, you the real deal, man. You the truth. So that's my second choice in 3 the hard way, with Max Crosby coming off the edge, giving the quarterback of the Cincinnati Bengals hell, and making his day a hard-ass day at work. You know what I mean? Put him on his ass. I want to see some grass stains on his backside. You feel me? To let me know he been touching that ground. Now, the third pick I got for 3 the hard way, once again, Mr. Josh Jacobs. Mr. Clutch in the fourth quarter. Give me the ball and let me do what I do, Jacobs. Man, come on now. You done seen what Josh been doing these last 3 weeks, getting 100 yards a game. You know what I mean? This dude is focused. And what I seem to pay attention to about Josh Jacobs, is it me or does this dude seem healthy? I think that's the reason why he's having a big game, because there was some games he missed this year. You know what I mean? But now it's like the way he's running, he looks healthy to me. Just stay healthy. Protect the ball. None of those one-handed runs and ball hitting your knee and fumbling. But I know you learned from that. But man, keep running hard, because when the fourth quarter comes, we're going to need you. We're going to need you to go ahead and keep grinding their defense. I want to see the defense with their hands on their knees and sucking air, trying to get their win, because they can't stop it. And it's crazy that when you can run the ball and they know you're going to run the ball, but they can't stop you from running the ball, man, that wears and tears a defense down to their asshole. For real, for real. So, with that being said, my third choice in 3 the hard way, Mr. Josh Jacobs. Continue what you've been doing these last few weeks, man. And we will win this game if all 3 of these dudes step up and keep doing what they've been doing and showing the hell out. Yes, indeed. So that's my 3 the hard way. And that's it for that one. Well, y'all, I'd like to thank you guys for checking out another episode of Raiders Allegiance with me, of course, Lunatic Raider. But before I let y'all tiptoe up out of here, I need y'all to do me a solid. On your way out, please hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and knock the hell out of that notification bell so you can be notified of all the content that I drop. So you can go ahead and check me out, man, and support the channel. I thank all those who subscribe, the new subscribers. Thank you. Help me push this channel, y'all. Let's get some more subscribers. Let's get more likes and shares. I love bringing content on my team, our team. There's only one nation. It's the Raider Nation. And you know come on, man. There's only one of us. Everybody try to mock us. Ain't no other nation but the Raider Nation. I don't know what y'all have heard, but I'm giving it to you now. So anyway, with that being said, you've been watching Raiders Allegiance with yours truly, Lunatic Raider, and I'm out.